over the years, inventors and scientists have envisioned some wild ideas to send things to space. Laser-powered launches, a magnetic levitation tube, even a space elevator. A giant slingshot might sound like another one. But according to the entrepreneur behind the technology, so is the way we already put objects into orbit.
Rockets are the most complex systems ever built. As a means of transportation, they're actually incredibly illogical.
This is Jonathan Yaney.
I went to space camp as a kid. I flew model rockets as a kid. I flew an airplane by myself for the first time when I was 14. I think it's that gene to explore. And so yeah, I just took a look at it and said, well, what if? What if there was a different way? What if we could absolutely dramatically transform the way we access space?
To answer that question, Yaney founded Spin Launch in 2014, hired a team of engineers like David Wren.
We're going to be doing a launch of a 1-meter projectile.
And built this prototype.
So this is like the same amount of power that you have in like a minivan.
Right now, Spin Launch is running its tests here and in a larger launch system in New Mexico.
Launch!
Oh.
Blink and you'll miss it.
Awesome, guys. It's very fast, yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah.
But today's projectile is only launching a few meters in this controlled environment. The ultimate goal? Load satellites onto the projectile, spin it faster than the speed of sound, and catapult it out of the Earth's atmosphere, where a rocket engine kicks in to carry the payload to its final destination. But to actually reach orbit, the accelerator will need to spin about 17 times faster than Spin Launch has demonstrated so far, and be 3 times larger. And that's just one of the technological hurdles the company faces, experts say.
You have to make sure that the vehicle is stable and it flies the trajectory that it's supposed to fly, that the payloads sustain the very heavy loading or G environment that occurs during the spin-up phase. And finally, that the second stage rocket actually ignites properly and sends things to orbit.
Spin Launch is seeking a location for a full-scale accelerator, which it hopes can overcome these challenges and power the company to orbit by 2025.
We're really now in that execution scaling phase where we're taking those fundamental lessons that we've learned and then applying them at scale.
If successful, the rewards could be worth the wait. This system will use 70% less fuel and materials than conventional rockets, Spin Launch says, making it greener to get objects to space and up to 10 times cheaper.
But why does your approach bring down the cost so much?
Well, because a rocket is a machine that is literally built on the edge of impossibility. So every component, every subsystem is literally built to use the absolute highest strength, highest performing material known to man. Spin Launch really reduces the complexity by orders of magnitude of the entire system.
That means less fuel and a lot fewer moving parts. By simplifying the launch process, Spin Launch also hopes it can operate more frequently than competitors.
Best in class is maybe once a week right now for a given launch vehicle. We're talking about being able to do 5 to 10 times per day.
Even if it works, it won't be able to launch everything.
Spin Launch is only flying satellites about the size of a washing machine. So, we're not talking about flying the Hubble Space Telescope or really any delicate instruments like that.
Let alone humans. They could never withstand the G-forces of your system.
We're not going to fly human payloads on Spin Launch anytime soon.
Small satellites may well be enough to keep Spin Launch busy. The market will be worth around $7.4 billion by 2026 by some estimates. And Yaney expects demand for fast launches to grow as humans venture further.
I think we're going to finally start to see that future of space hotels and colonization in space start to emerge. And Spin Launch will play its role in that ecosystem. As a species, I think we just always look up and we say, well, that's the next frontier. That's where we should be.
And as Yaney sees it, it will take some wild ideas to get there.